The Border Patrol with Stephen St. John and Nate Bukaty.
Good morning, my neighbors! It's showtime!
Kansas State.
Being left out of the tournament this year, will that change anything for you as far as scheduling or how you set up, whether that's non-conference or things next year, or do you feel like it was just you got to win a couple more games?
That's a really good question, and as soon as it was over, I looked at it and I was like, I thought if you go 9-9 in the Big 12 in the regular season that you'll make the NCAA tournament, and I'm looking at it and I'm saying, and I don't know if we make it if we went 9-9 based on the way things fell. And so I've called and talked to several people who are their expertise is in scheduling and, examining this thing. And did we fall short? Did I not schedule correctly? What didn't happen? I think it boils down to that we needed to win 2 more games this year, whether it was 1 in the non-conference and 1 in conference, whether it was 2 in the non-conference. If you beat Nebraska and USC, people think we're in. If we win Nebraska or USC or Miami and win 1 more Big 12 game, then we're in. It's just there's a lot of that. It boils down to winning, man. Like we next year, the plan is not to try and get to the NCAA tournaments to win and try and get better seeding. And that's going to be the plan, and we're going to attack that through recruiting and player development, and so that we're not in this situation next year.
Chiefs.
Welcome to Hollywood, baby.
Hollywood swinging!
I was really leaving it up to my agent. Kansas City was a place that I told him that I wanted to be, if that was an opportunity. And it kind of just unfolded. When the Chiefs are interested in you, it's like, all right, you gotta take a look at that. I mean, of course, I can go get, some money, at other places, but at the end of the day, it's about winning. It's about, what I want. And I feel like everything just worked out, the way it should. There was other opportunities out there for sure, but I'm happy with the decision. I'm happy with where I'm at. At the end of the day, I'm a kid that comes from nothing. So the amount of money I've made so far in my life is a blessing to me. God continues to bless me going forward. That'll be a blessing for me. But I'm a football player. I want to play football. I want to win. I want to be a part of the winning. And that's why I'm here.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is the Border Patrol on Sports Radio 810, WHB, Stephen St. John and Nate Bukaty. With Jake Gutierrez, thank you so much for joining us. Today on the show, we have Jamie Bloom in studio, Mark Bowrichter in studio. Boy, did he piss some people off this week. He pissed some people off to the point they were attacking him and his resume and his qualifications. I'm in the middle of it. So, Mark Bowrichter coming after stirring the pot on social media. I'm not repeating. I'll let him speak for himself. I'm not.
Oh boy.
I'm not getting in the middle of it. Well, I'm already in the middle of it. So. Has to do with Hollywood Browns. So. Damon Bethea, former Michigan State star, talks college basketball with us. Will join us at 9:05. And then Andy Rogers from MLB.com covers the Royals. Cole Reagan's named the opening day starters. So that's good stuff. He deserved it. Good news. She'll be on with us at 9:30. So got that going for us. Has everyone filled out their bracket? Has anyone filled out their bracket?
Yes.
Final Four, Kansas.
No, just Elite Eight.
Yeah.
I'm reasonable.
Uh-huh. I haven't filled out any of it.
I've done a little bit in my mind. I have Kansas in the Sweet 16.
Like we don't have to finish the A10 bracket challenge before tonight, do we?
I don't
play
believe
in
so.
games. We just
Yeah, you can pick the either or on the winner, I believe.
810WHB.com. Click on the bracket contest.
right. Nate will tell you about all the sponsors here in a second. If he's doing his job.
I know Greengrass Cattle.
But that's what you should do. Win fabulous prizes and compete against some of the on-air staff.
Mr. Davis, Dewey's
Dewey's Pizza.
Dewey's Pizza, Truity Credit Union, and Green Grass Cattle Company.
Yeah.
Got some playing games tonight.
Yeah. You know, I still need to get I need to get bit by the bug. I will once it starts.
Yeah, it'll kick in.
I will once it starts.
It'll kick in.
Will it?
I think so.
Just get a buzzer beater tonight. All of a sudden, you got March Madness, a full blown case of March Madness.
I don't know about watching tonight, but I'll be ready on Thursday.
Colorado State versus Virginia. Doesn't do anything for you.
Virginia doesn't belong in the tournament. That just pissed me off. That should be Providence or Indiana State. That should be our big grown boy with the goggles.
Maybe you can root for the Rams then. You know, give Virginia what's coming to them.
No, they beat Frank Haith one year in the tournament when Eustace was the coach of Colorado State. So I'm still pissed off about that.
Larry Eustace.
Yeah.
Oh, Eustace.
That's a name I had.
Man.
I hadn't heard that name or thought about that guy in a long time.
Heck of a run of the Big
I just
12.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Some like buzzer beaters or great moments from NCAA tournament pasts have been popping up in my timeline, and Hampton beating Iowa State. And remember when the big kid was picked up the coach and the coach was swinging around and some of the Iowa State players were pissed off and
up in Boise.
Eustace was mad. So what year was that? See if you can Google that. Hampton, Iowa
That
State.
was early aughts, wasn't it?
Because I think I have a story there. I think I do. And I can tell you where I
2001.
Okay. Where did I watch that game, the ending of that game?
The 8-10 zone.
No.
Wasn't open
Well,
yet.
you're way off. When the hell do you think the 8-10 zone opened?
I don't remember. I guess 01 was before I worked here, so never mind.
Also, I'm pissed off at Colorado State because apparently, supposedly one of their best players was John Tanji last year, and I got all excited because he transferred to Missouri after averaging 14.6 points and almost 5 rebounds a game. You know, he was one of the guys. He was the first guy that Dennis Gates got in the transfer portal,
Right.
and he never played. He played because of injury. He started 4 games and played 8, and averaged 9.8 minutes per game. And I talk about how Gates' his 2 top transfer portal guys, John Tanji and Caleb Grill from Iowa State. Neither one of them played hardly at all because of injury. So somehow I blame Colorado State for that as well.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
So I don't need to see Colorado State, Virginia at all. How
You
about
were
that?
in San Jose.
You were in Greensboro
Where?
at the Missouri-Georgia game.
Where?
I
Keep going.
Oh my God, that's as far as I can.
In
dig
the
it.
locker room
Okay.
with as players and Quinn Snyder
Yeah, Quinn.
and
Mighty Quinn.
and everyone else and other people were watching up on the monitor.
Hello, this is Quinn Snyder, and you're listening to the best sports talk in Kansas City. Sports Radio 810 WHB.
One of the best legal IDs we have.
We had just seen Mizzou had blown that. They jumped out to a big lead over Georgia, and coached by Jim Herrick. And then Georgia came back, but then I think it was it who hit the game when Clarence Gilbert hit the game when he shot?
I think it was.
That was, and that's I think it's the first night I met Kevin Harlan in person.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he was so nice.
Oh, of course.
That night,
absolute gentleman.
But that was one of the first times I had gone. I'd gone on the road. Yeah, it was nothing to sneeze at. You're right. Absolutely.
Greensboro.
Yeah. Oh, it was fun. And then I couldn't stay. That was the first round, and I couldn't stay because I had to come back and do a remote at O'Dowd's with Grunhard for St. Patrick's Day. And the next game was when Mizzou played Duke. And Kareem Rush had that big game, and Duke was the best team in the nation, or one of them, and Mizzou played them really, really well, and that caused all the hype, for Mizzou going into next year. And I remember I'd never been around that type of atmosphere, and I thought it was crazy, to watch Kansas fans support Kansas basketball, right? And I'll never forget, I was there, and I think Mizzou practiced, and then here comes Duke to practice. And let me tell you something, I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. I've never seen anything in my life. It was like the Backstreet Boys or New Kids on the Block all wrapped into one. And, there were people, and it was jam-packed, and then people were screaming, girls were crying. It was...
I've never seen anything in my life.
Right. That's right. And so, yeah, I that was a very interesting trip for me. With good memories. Wonderful memories. Look at that starting five from Mizzou. Kareem Rush, Clarence Gilbert, Arthur Johnson, T.J. Soyoye, Brian Grauer.
Nobody tried to grab TJ's ass in that game.
Wesley Stokes, Ricky Paulding, Trayvon Bryant, Justin Gage, Johnny Parker. Who was on that Duke squad? Was that Shane Battier? But that was yeah. Oh yeah. Jay Williams, Shane Battier, Carlos Boozer, Mike Dunleavy. Just listen to that four I just read off.
Decent roster.
You could say whatever. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what.
That's TJ Soyoye drops. We haven't played that in a long time.
I think that was a game that I covered. I got that sound. That was me getting that sound.
The guy grabs my ass and I clear his hand. I can't. I don't care. I can't even punch him. That is so silly. You can punch me. I can take anything, but not grabbing my ass. So it's silly.
That's one of the best sounds I ever got. We don't have the raw, do we?
I like the reaction. I can't even punch him.
What happened on the technical when they called the technical on you?
The guy grabs my ass and I clear his hand. I can't. I don't care. I can't even punch him.
This is a young Stephen St. John.
What happened on the technical when they called the technical on you?
The guy grabs my ass and I clear his hand. I can't. I don't care. I can't even punch him. That is so silly. You can punch me. I can take anything, but not grabbing my ass. So it's silly. And the ref I told the referee exactly what happened, and he doesn't care about it. I don't want to talk about referee or how they call their games. So, but that is really silly. That is barbaric. You don't do that.
Right.
Barbaric.
But look at this. Look at the star power on that Duke team.
Yeah.
Jay Williams, Shane Battier, Carlos Boozer, Mike Dunleavy, Nate James.
They had some talent.
Chris Duhon.
Coach K could get some talent.
Well, Battier was Player of the Year. That was. You don't know.
They won the title, right?
Yeah, they did. I think they beat Arizona in the title of that game or that year.
Yeah. Wow. So just by talking about Colorado State got me to you, Stacey, got me to Iowa State getting upset and got me to that.
So you don't want Colorado State or Virginia tonight. You got that.
I don't want to watch it.
What about Wagner versus Howard? You got any problems with those two
schools? I did go to San Jose.
Yeah.
But that's when
Oklahoma.
That's when Mizzou beat UCLA in the Sweet 16 and then lost to Oklahoma in the Elite Eight. So, and then to drown my sorrows after they lost, I went and had a bunch of sake in Japanese steakhouse with some Mizzou guys.
Love a good hibachi.
San Jose was good. San Jose was good to me. I met some locals and went to a house party. I've done that at a few. I can fit in. I'm a chameleon. I can fit in different spots. I met some nice Mexicanos, and they showed me the real San Jose. All right, so now you see why I'm not watching the game tonight.
I'm cheering for Colorado State. My cousin Gage went to school there. It's a great place. Fort Collins, awesome town.
Who went there?
My cousin Gage.
Yeah.
Good guy. He's taken me drinking in Colorado in Fort Collins a couple times. A lot of breweries there.
That's the way to your heart, isn't it?
Yep. Yes, sir. The new Belgian breweries in Fort Collins.
So there was an interesting switching the subject now to Hollywood Brown. Now that he's been officially introduced as the new Chiefs wide receiver. Okay, so fans love all the Chiefs, right? Yeah. Some more than others. You're going to love this kid. You're going to love this kid. There was an excerpt from a story about him that he even commented on. Somebody posted a Twitter account. Good. Chief concerns. And it said, this is about when he was recruited by Oklahoma. What truly sold the Sooner staff on Brown were other facets of his life in California. Brown slept on a popped air mattress in a room that he found on Facebook for $400 a month. He worked as a merry-go-round operator at Six Flags Magic Mountain amusement park. Without a car, he'd often make the half-hour walk to the job up an incline in sweltering summer heat. When his shift ended, he'd navigate dark streets without sidewalks or lights as coyotes howled off in the distance. Lincoln Riley said, "You don't do those things if you don't think you're capable of making it." He's always had that belief in himself. Anything we needed to know about that kid's character, that story pretty much answered it. And then Hollywood Brown saw somebody posted that and said, "The reason I give God the glory and forever will keep a smile on my face and my head held high. If he can do it for me, he can do it for anyone in any walk of life. Trust him." So basically, he's telling you that's why he's always got a smile on his face. And if you and we had some fun with it, but if you watch that Twitch broadcast that he had the night that he signed with the Chiefs, I mean, have you seen a player happier to sign a contract with the Chiefs in recent memory? I mean, he's on there playing Taylor Swift, playing Red Kingdom, playing swag surfing, laughing. I mean, just like an hour after the story leaked, just with the biggest smile on his face, so freaking happy. And wouldn't you be? But then you dig deeper into his backstory and hear those comments from him. You know, that's why he's always have a smile on my face, because of what he went through. And what he went through to get to Oklahoma and to get to the NFL, and ultimately look where he is right now, with a chance to come in here and have a great year and parlay that into a huge contract. And that's a very likely path. Juju Smith-Schuster did it. Hollywood Brown can do it. And if there's ever a team you're going to go to as a wide receiver to have a career year and win a whole bunch of games and perform on a big stage, Kansas City is it. And so just his and just listening to him speak yesterday, his demeanor, his approach, his attitude, the smile, and then you get to the elite speed and playmaking ability. We're going to have some fun with Hollywood Brown, people.
That is awesome.
Patrick Mahomes, and he's already working with Patrick Mahomes. Why wait? Why not? So, at some point, I'm going to get Nate on board. May not be today, but between now and football season, I'll get you on the bandwagon.
You'll get him.
I don't know. I'm reading these tweets from Bo Richter.
Yeah. No, that's not for an hour and a half.
I didn't say what he said.
We're focusing on this, and now you're. Oh, you did. You were aware of this.
I was not aware. I was not aware.
See, why am I in the middle of everything?
Because
why do all these
belong
comments
there.
go to me?
Because you're active.
He's active.
Nope.
But his active, everything is. Can't believe this Euro game. It's scintillating.
See, look at these new uniforms for Euro 24.
It's amazing. There can be something.
Pulling unis.
There can be like a huge Chiefs story going on, right? Where like everyone in Kansas City is tweeting about one thing, and you look over here. What a beautiful ball delivered by this guy. I mean, I don't know.
Yesterday, Nike.
It's a great way to get zero interaction on your tweets.
And let me tell you something. It seems like you do.
I know.
But it's like you push. I feel like, is he doing this on purpose?
Yeah. I mean,
know,
everybody's already got that Chiefs story covered. They don't need my 2 cents on it. Give them something a little different.
Right. You need to see those pulling Euro 24 jerseys.
And if you...
it's released. Nike released all the uniforms for... You're
ones
joking,
out
but
there.
Euros are this summer, Steven.
I was hoping to get the calls from those. I didn't. Yeah, but that's why you're in the middle of it, because you stay relevant on Twitter. You do tweet about irrelevant things like me, and you
I tweet about stuff we're going to talk about on the show.
Yeah, that's what I said. You're tweeting about relevant things.
Yeah.
I'm suggesting.
He's looking for that niche market.
I don't get in the middle of nothing.
A niche or niche?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You belong in the middle of that. You know,
No.
people need your thoughts on it.
Ben Fawkes.
How you say that?
Fawkes.
Easy.
It's Fawkes. How do you say it? So if it's Hawk, Fawk.
That's right.
Ben Fawkes.
Just like, hey, what does the fox say? You know?
How do you say it then?
Ding, 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 ding,
How do you
ding,
say
ding, ding.
Fawkes?
Fox.
Okay. Yeah. Ben Fawkes.
Like he's wearing a Guy Fawkes mask.
He used to be with ESPN.
I kind of wish my name was Fox.
He's Jake Fawkes.
Yeah, I do.
Pounders.
Sports betting free agent. Let's get this guy on the show.
There we go.
He used to be with ESPN. Got 50,000 followers. He'll tweet some relevant stuff. I thought you'd like this. The right now, he's let me see. He's got a Substack all with betting info.
Ooh.
About the NCAA. Yeah, how do you not know about this guy? About the NCAA tournament.
I don't know about.
Well,
I'm just trying to get back in the mix.
Right, but I'm seeing like if he's tweeting specifically about betting on the NCAA tournament, I would think that you would like that. One Arizona bettor at Caesar Sports wagered $46,000 on Colorado State -2.
Wow.
Tonight against Virginia. This guy, I kind of like to meet this guy. I like to see this guy.
I'd like to watch that game with that guy.
Who this? Yeah, I bet, right?
Literally.
Right? I don't know.
That's some real action.
Yeah.
Like that's not.
That's some real action.
That's not me. I like action, and it looks like $5 or $10. 46 grand.
The best teams against the spread.
The ATS.
In the NCAA, in the field. Is that useful information for you?
Yeah, absolutely it is.
The team with the best record against the spread.
It might not help you in your brackets, but it'll help you put some
Iowa State.
Jingle in your pocket.
Iowa State's 23-10-1 against the spread.
That's nice.
Then South Carolina, New Mexico, Nevada, and UConn. So, a few...
Put a little extra jingle in your pocket.
Right. A few of the early lopsided bets. 87% of the bets are on UConn -26.5. 84% on Kentucky. 83% on Houston, 81% on Colorado. Who the hell is Colorado playing? Colorado minus 2.5.
They play tomorrow, right?
81% is on Colorado.
They're playing Boise State in the early game. Well, I mean in the play-in. See, when you look at those, though...
79% on James Madison plus 4.5.
When you look at those lopsided lines, you see like 84%. You watch where the line goes, because if the line doesn't move, that means Vegas is fine with that money being there.
79% on UAB at plus 6.5. This interesting one that I can't decide who I'm going to pick is 78% on Grand Canyon at plus 4.5.
I like that.
Grand Canyon and St. Mary's.
I think that's an upset I was looking at.
That's a 12-5.
I picked Grand Canyon in my bracket.
See, everyone's picking Grand Canyon.
Well, see, I feel like you got to ride one of those. It's either Grand Canyon or McNeese State.
Or both.
I think that's risky. But hey,
live dangerously.
Yeah,
man.
Nate, you're
right now. There's 5
card,
lower-seeded teams that are favorites. Number 11, New Mexico's favored over number 6, Clemson.
I like that. Didn't C.J. Moore talk about that?
Yep.
Number 10, Nevada's favored over number 7, Dayton.
They're playing so close to home, and Dayton's got to travel a long way.
Is number 9, Northwestern, still favored over FAU? By 1.5, or has that moved?
I'm not sure.
Number 9, TCU's favored over number 8, Utah State. Number 9, Michigan State favored over number 8, Mississippi State. Just trying to give you guys tidbits for filling out your damn bracket.
Florida Atlantic's minus 2.5 now.
Okay, so that's moved. Yeah, because Northwestern opened up as a 1.5 point favorite.
See,
that did not make sense to me.
So, like, when you see the lopsided money, the money, they try to move the line so the bets even out. So when you see a big bet and the line doesn't move, like when you see those 84% and the line stays the same, then usually the money's right.
Like when everybody was betting on the Chiefs and Vegas didn't care because they thought the Chiefs were going to lose and they were wrong every time.
Or they just wanted the money,
They lost.
Did they? Does Vegas ever really lose?
Well, not in the long run. But they're not always right.
Here's another interesting note from JBR Bracketology. Using KenPom pre-tournament data, 22 of the last 24 national champions had a top 18 adjusted offense, according to KenPom. The only outliers were 2011 and 2014 UConn. 23 of the last 24 national champions had a top 37 adjusted defense. The only outlier, 2021 Baylor. So if you look at those indicators, that leaves us with just 7 legitimate title contenders. Oh, he's going to write them down. Here we go. UConn, Houston, Purdue, Arizona, Creighton, Auburn, and Duke. Notably, this excludes North Carolina, Iowa State, Tennessee, Marquette, Illinois, Baylor, Kentucky, Alabama, Kansas. I bet you don't like that now. Creighton, all these different things that analytics that measure success in the NCAA tournament, Creighton and Auburn keep popping up.
Right.
Not just like, I'm talking about like making a run all the way.
So what's the trouble is I'm going to start rooting against Creighton. It's going to be bad news.
Yeah.
Because then we have to hear it from
the evidence
Peter.
is there to pick Creighton to go far in your bracket. But you will resist. And the evidence is there to pick Auburn.
I need to just get on board and just – because right now I'm only rooting against Creighton for the only reason.
Because of Gary Dieter.
Yeah,
right.
that's
Yeah,
it.
you got to stick with that. You can't back off.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What did you say? What was the stat you said about Alabama and Kansas?
What did I say about Alabama?
They were in the list.
They excludes them because they're not in the top 18.
I gotcha.
So if you're looking at those,
excludes North Carolina, Alabama.
KU's offense hasn't been good. They can't shoot.
Yeah.
But maybe they get hot.
I'm just trying to help.
They'll still go to the Sweet
All right.
16. They'll still go to the
You knock off Purdue, buddy. What are you talking about?
No, they're not. I hope they do. But no, they're not.
So you guys have no concerns about. You think Gonzaga's going to get upset in the first round?
I mean, that's what I picked. I have no idea what's going
I
to happen.
don't, but I think Kansas can beat Gonzaga.
Would you rather play them or McNeese and Will Wade? Because Will Wade will find a way.
What, to pay people?
Well.
Hey, are you really going to get on that high horse, Jake?
You can do it all over the table now.
Yeah. All right. On that note, we'll take a break. Back after this on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Here, Hollywood Brown tells us why Kansas City was the team he signed with.
I was really leaving up to my agent. Kansas City was a place that I told him that I wanted to be, you know, if that was an opportunity. And it kind of just unfolded. When the Chiefs are interested in you, it's like, all right, you gotta take a look at that. I mean, of course, you know, I can go get, you know, some money, you know, at other places, but at the end of the day, you know, it's about winning. It's about, you know, what I want. And I feel like everything just worked out, you know, the way it should. There was other opportunities out there for sure, but I'm happy with the decision. I'm happy with where I'm at. At the end of the day, you know, I'm a kid that comes from nothing. So the amount of money I've made so far in my life is a blessing to me. God continues to bless me going forward. That'll be a blessing for me. But I'm a football player. You know, I want to play football. I want to win. I want to be a part of the winning. And that's why I'm here.
Here, Hollywood Brown tells us what he brings to the Kansas City Chiefs.
I feel like I can affect, you know, all three levels of the game, you know, short, intermediate, and deep. I feel like times, you know, in Baltimore and in Arizona, you know, I showed facets of, you know, things that I could do, but not on a consistent basis. So I feel like, you know, here, you know, there's guys around, you know, interchangeable, you know, we can complement each other. And that way, you know, the best can come out of everyone.
And what's the last one, Jake? Talks about the draft.
Talks about he thought he was going to be drafted by
because the Chiefs did so much work on him.
Yeah.
He thought that he might end up getting drafted by the Chiefs.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get drafted by the Chiefs when I was coming out. We talked about that since I've been here, that, you know, they did a lot of work on me pre-draft. So, I mean, the world got a, you know, way of having things come around like that.
Hollywood Brown, if you need him. And the Chiefs do.
I'm excited. I think it's funny because he, you know, thinking how he lived in California, but his name is Hollywood Brown because he's from Hollywood, Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
Yeah. I spent a decent amount of time in Hollywood, Florida this past year. This is right next to Fort Lauderdale.
What were you doing?
Well, there's a beach. There's a really nice beach there.
Yeah, it is.
And with one of those Margaritavilles and, you know, boardwalk and stuff like that.
I found this hole-in-the-wall place for seafood down there. I gotta look it up.
Oh man, I wish you would have told me about that when I was
I mean,
going
they have
there
like
every week.
peeled shrimp there. I mean, it's right on the it's in the marina. It is awesome. They actually had like a Kansas Jayhawk flag in there.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why. They also had, it's like one of those places where people like pin up dollar bills up on the ceiling.
Well, it's one of those places.
I don't know. It's like
He usually tells about places that involve dollar bills.
It's
and so
a
I don't
local spot.
Oh, yeah?
It's a bar. They serve great seafood.
Because there's a lot of touristy stuff in Hollywood too.
Right.
But it's Gus Johnson gave him the nickname when he was in college, and there's part of me that wonders if he was looking down at his spotting board and saw Hollywood and thought that was actually like his name, you know? Hollywood, Florida. Oh, Hollywood.
Yeah. Gus. Oh, Gus.
You guys want some more tidbits on the NCAA tournament as you fill out your brackets?
Please.
This comes from 801 Bracketology, which is a good account to follow. 3 straight years of 98.5% accuracy.
Oh, wow.
All right. It talks about the worst committee decisions. To give you an idea of maybe that teams not seeded equal to their level of play. He said Iowa State is about 3 spots lower than they should have been. Agreed. They should have been. I thought they should have been the top 2 seed, right? St. Mary's is about 4 spots higher than they should have been. Is Jake actually right? Are you writing this stuff down? Seems like you're actually paying attention.
Taking
to
some
stuff.
notes.
See, there you go.
I'm
He said Nevada.
doing some homework.
He says is the worst mistake he has ever seen the committee make. Nevada is about 14 spots lower than they should have been. And the only thing he can remember that he compares to it is Wichita State seeding in 2017. They were 5th in KenPom heading into the tournament and got handed a 10 seed.
Boy, but Greg Marshall was pissed.
So just write that. What do you got? What do you got? Nevada. It says Nevada is about 14 spots lower than they should have been. One of the worst mistakes he's ever seen the committee make.
It's hard because they're playing Arizona, and Arizona is one of those top 18 teams.
Yep. See.
Nevada did get the benefit of playing close to home in the first round, but that doesn't fully. I'm sure that doesn't fully make up for it.
Right.
That's good to know, though. I did have Nevada advancing through the first round because they're the 10 seed against Dayton.
Okay.
But I got them losing to Arizona in the next round.
Well, this is just to help you with, at least for the first round. You know.
Yeah, that's good.
Boise State.
Sounds like an upset special.
He says is about 8 spots lower than they should have been. Utah State, 6 spots lower than they should have been.